Today we're going to talk about how we got that 70s film look without actually having the budget to shoot on film.
Like the pine trees lining the winding road, I've got a name, I've got a name. Like the singing bird and the croaking toad, I've got a name, I've got a name. And I carry it with me like my daddy did, but I'm living the dream that he
So typically when I'm starting a project, what I like to do, I've talked about this in a previous video, but what I like to do is create a sandbox with the director. Basically what a sandbox is just a set of rules and guidelines that you can play within that kind of keep the project intact and that you can reference back to in case you get off track. So when I first read the script, a lot of the references that came to mind were some of those old 70s movies like Duel, Bullet, The French Connection, and then more recently One Battle After Another. I feel like all of those movies kind of have that really rough, imperfect feel, which is kind of the vibe that I wanted to go for. It just felt right. It was really the only option that made any sense in my mind. And then when Jake, the director, and I would share references, they were almost always in that like early 70s, late 60s realm. At first we talked about maybe shooting this on an SR2 or something like that, maybe 16 mil, maybe 35 mil, but unfortunately we didn't quite have the budget to do that. So I did a little bit of research and some lens testing at Old Fast Glass, and what we landed on was shooting in Super 16 mode on my Alexa Mini, and then for glass we shot on the Optics 4mm as well as the Canon 11 to 165. I think something that helped sell that film look was shooting everything at like a T11 to T16. It kept pretty much everything in focus at all times. I didn't use a matte box or anything like that. We just used internal ND if we needed it. And I think that really helped sell that kind of old school feel that we were going for. A lot of modern day films have a very shallow depth of field. It looks very sharp. That's kind of the look that we went for on the Japan project that I shot a few months ago and made a behind the scenes video on. But something that we wanted to do on this was, like I said, make it feel imperfect, make it feel really rough, make it feel like it's from a different era. And so all of those decisions that we made kind of lent itself to our process. As far as aspect ratio goes, I played with a lot of different ideas, maybe 4:3, maybe 2:3:9 to 1, but the one that we landed on was 1:6:6 to 1. For color grading, I had a lot of fun coloring it in post. I shot it pretty dirty. I let some of the highlights blow, I let the shadows crush. That's something that I'm trying to grow in. I think maybe last year that would have scared me. Seeing red or yellow or dark purple on my false color might have freaked me out, but I think for this project, seeing some purple, seeing some red, seeing some yellow was actually what I wanted. And so I think again that lent itself to the look and feel that we were going for. As far as the location goes, I did a little bit of scouting and I saw that for Sinners, they shot some IMAX tests out in Lancaster, California. And so I actually found a nearby location to where they shot that, went out, did some scouting myself, sent the frames back to Jake, and he was super stoked on the location. And we shot pretty much all of the desert scenes within like a 3 to 4 square mile radius over the course of a couple of days. I don't do a lot of narrative projects, and so in 2026, I'm trying to do a lot more of them because narrative is why I fell in love with filmmaking. I didn't fall in love with it because I saw a commercial or anything like that. As cool as those are, I fell in love with filmmaking because I saw a great feature-length film when I was 12 years old. And this was a great narrative project to kick the year off with. Yeah, this project was a blast. Jake, the director, was great. He was just a joy to work with. So was Sophia, the producer, and the rest of the cast and crew. I'm very thankful that I got the opportunity to shoot this. It was a very fun narrative project to kick off the year with. It won't be out for a little while, so I'm trying to not give away too many details on the plot or anything like that. But if you have any questions on any more of our process, let me know down below. And yeah, I will see you guys next time. Bye.